Welcome to Reverse Mortgage and Beyond, the podcast where we take you inside the world of reverse mortgages. I'm Cheryl Scheidell, and I have been in the mortgage industry since 2002 and have specialized in reverse mortgages for the past 10 years. We'll cover topics like reverse mortgage basics, purchasing a home, and the myths about reverse. You'll also hear from some trusted referral partners. Let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Reverse Mortgage and Beyond. I'm Cheryl Scheidell. I'm your host. I'm with Barrett Financial, and I work with the very misunderstood reverse mortgages, for our senior population to access the equity in their home. And I thought I'd do something different today, and I wanted to bring in a special guest who I've known since the late 90s. So we're coming up on 30 years of knowing each other, and we've reconnected recently. And he's got this awesome product that you see here before you. And we're going to talk about this and how it's going to, today we're going to talk about technology that can literally transform how you live in and pay for your home. So that's pretty amazing. But before we dive in, Ross, why don't you tell us your background?
Excellent. Well, thank you first and foremost for having me on this show. It's
Absolutely.
Been quite some time
Yes.
since the late 90s, even though we've stayed in contact. To think that we were 12 years old when we met.
I know, right?
Yes. So I got started in mechanical engineering out of Iowa State University, and my first job was with General Electric, of all things. And my first responsibility as an engineer going into management was to take on the GE Aerospace $1 million a month utility bill.
Oh my gosh.
And figure out
And how old were you?
I was fresh out of school. So this is 1992.
So you're in your 20s. Wow.
Yeah. And so they gave me the responsibilities of an engineer that was going to manage this test facility for the Aegis Defense System. And I started looking at what energy use really was. So ironically enough, my career in electricity and energy started in 1992, not knowing that here, 33 years later, that my part of my career now is to be able to pass that same knowledge through to people of how they can reduce your utility bill in their homes. So during that path, though, I went through a long journey of staying in corporate America, 5 years, 5 different jobs in 4 different locations with GE, including Budapest, Hungary.
Wow.
And rolling out the incandescent light bulb, the screw-in light bulb in 1994, and then working at Appliance Park. Then I became an entrepreneur and understood the opportunity to earn time freedom and unlimited income, and started over the years 8 companies, sold 3 companies. And then most recently, for the last 8 years, helping businesses really understand how to get bigger market share with our digital marketing company. And our evolution was that now that we've built up a system and team to really market, we thought, let's find a product, a technology or something that we could take to the market that just was not served in the marketplace where it should be. And there beholds the demand automation computer.
Perfect. And why I love this so much is this is going to, it helps everyone, but it's really going to help our seniors. And to that point, my mom, when I go to my mom's house, it's hot in her house, especially here in Arizona. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, what? It's not hot in here. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mom, where's the fan at? And I'm like, I have to stand underneath the vent. I have to stand underneath the fan. And if I spend the night there, oh my gosh, in the middle of the night, I am dropping that air conditioning just so I can cool off. It's just crazy. So I'm excited about this because this is going to help a lot of people.
Well, what you're talking about is the old age thinking, and that's really the best part of this, is that we can allow people to live a luxurious lifestyle and cut their bill by 30, 40, 50, 60%, because common knowledge makes you think that if I cool it off, my air conditioners don't run as much, therefore I'll save more money. Well, the reverse of that, being an engineer, I understand this, and I'll make it simple, is that if you have things cool in the house and you can cool your house down to 72, where I was at 78 before because I didn't want the comma in the utility bill.
Right.
Then now if you cool everything off, your floor, your tile, your walls, your insulation, your ceiling, that's all cooler when it comes to the demand peak. For me, it's from 2 to 8 on SRP. APS is from 4 to 7. There's a demand peak in there. Without getting into too many of the details, but they charge you an exorbitant amount when you use energy during that period.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to back us up because what we're going to do is we're just going to start from the beginning and what this is actually called. So what we are here today to explain is the DAC system. So I'm going to have you what is the definition of DAC, DAC, and then how it all works, which is, I know what we were going into, but let's start from the basics on how this
Absolutely.
works. So
it's a demand automation computer. It's essentially a device that would allow you to live in luxury, meaning that you can actually use the electronic components in your house more efficiently. And this allows you to be the device that allow you to live a more luxurious life, much cooler, more comfortable without all the financial guilt. And so the oxymoron behind that
Okay.
is that this allows you to say, hey, we're going to use stuff around this house more efficiently. So it learns your desires as a
Okay.
homeowner or a leaser.
Okay.
You don't have to be a homeowner to have this. If you're
Okay.
paying a utility bill, it'll save you money.
Okay.
And it also connects up to the major draws in your house and says, okay, you desire to be at 72, perfect. We're going to run all the equipment in the house that are energy hogs in a certain order, not shut them off, but give you the ability to run them in order so that you don't have any demand spikes. And that lessens your bill significantly.
Okay. Because that's what I was trying to get to my mom. I'm like, Mom, if we just lower it and then just keep it there, that's the key, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what this system helps people do.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So yeah. So bottom line, we all want to live comfortably in our homes, but in our climate of Arizona, and this is in other states, but primarily Arizona. Is that right?
We're focused on Arizona right now to satisfy a lot of needed homeowners to have this. We have 25,000 of these units installed in Arizona working on homes and about 35,000 nationwide. But we're expanding in states that also have a high electric use that are cold as well.
Okay. So I'm going to just really take a spin here. What if somebody has solar already? Can this work in connection with what they have already?
Absolutely. 100%. It makes it more efficient because what you have that isn't being addressed in the market is energy efficiency is the first start that you must go to. Because if you can get let's use a car example, a gas guzzling car, which your homes are today. Most all homes, even though they're green or energy efficient, they just shut stuff off, and high efficiency homes that have good insulation don't let the heat or the cool slip out. High efficiency air conditioners, they take less energy. But overall, if you're not managing the use of that electricity properly, you're just blowing money. So we find that you get $8 to $10 return on every dollar spent making your home energy efficient with our technology. Simplify it again. If you go out and take a car that guzzles gas, and
8 miles to the gallon, right?
Yeah, or as I like to say it, is it uses 10 gallons per hour,
Right.
a gas guzzler. And that's how the homes are today. They have two air conditioners, electronic dryer, electronic hot water heater, and the house is just allowed to run amok. And if you use all those at the same time, you're creating peak demand, which the utility company charges you for your highest 15-minute or 30-minute use at any period of time. For me, from 2 to 8, Monday through Friday, 4 weeks a month, my worst half hour of use is the rate I pay for the whole month. And
that sounds like a scam.
It's
almost like Uber surges.
It
like
is.
when you have surges when we all have to go to the airport at the same time, and Uber's like, oh, well, you're all going to pay $20 more now.
Yep.
So this is kind of the same concept a little bit.
It is absolutely that. And for those people that are aware, can take advantage of it. And that's what the utility company wants to do, is they want to lessen the use during peak and shift that use to off-peak periods. And we allow you to do that with technology, headache-free.
So then you could be using the washing machine at all times of the day. It doesn't have to be between 4 and 7 or 9 and 11 or whatever.
Yep.
Kind of what you're saying. Okay. Awesome.
So that efficiency, just to make sure that we understand, is if you're using 10 gallons per hour in a car, we get it down to 3 gallons used per hour. And that demand can take some of the utility bills that we're seeing down to 30, 40, 50, 60%, because now it's being orchestrated and used appropriately.
So I've heard an example used before. If we're both driving to San Diego and you're going fast in your gas guzzler, but I'm steady Eddie, will we still get there at the same time, but my cost will be less? Or how does that work?
You might get there more, but you used more. You might get there quicker, but you used more gas. And the essence isn't getting there quicker. The essence is to spend less to get to the same destination. So if we're both going to the same place and using the appliances we have in our house, why use that excess energy because you didn't know how to drive? So another analogy on that is this puts your house on cruise control and we throw autopilot in for free.
Okay. Love it. Love it. Love it. And nothing against solar, but I had some people come to my mom's house to sell her solar
Mhm.
or lease it or whatever it was. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, mom, what did you just do?" Because I wasn't there. And I feel like sometimes the seniors get taken advantage of. And so I actually got really nervous because I went down to the office and the person that took her social security information, ran her credit, had her bank information, he didn't work there anymore. And
Mm.
I was there the exact same day. And they said, "Oh, he doesn't work here anymore." So we got to the bank, we stopped payment on everything. So I just want to make sure that people aren't getting taken advantage of. Um, so I don't know if you have heard of other stories like that.
Oh,
Like
yes.
I'm saying, nothing against solar, but it was just like a scary situation.
Well, for me, this is personal. It
Okay.
happened to my parents.
Okay.
And it's basically the overzealous industry that's out there. Solar was the latest that really lacked the regulation. And it actually hurt my parents by misleading promises that was made. And that's because they don't have the ability to have the things that we made sure that we put in place, such as we set our company up to make sure that we're the opposite of that. We wanted to have fixed pricing. So people that were typically, overzealous or unscrupulous would walk into a home and say, wow, we could probably charge twice as much and make twice the commission.
Yeah.
We have one fixed price. The
Okay.
price is the price is the price. Nobody's going to be able to come in and say they're going to do it cheaper, more expensive. And then also, there's no hidden fees. And at the end of the day, we fix what people are looking to do, and that's reducing the utility bill, creating a more luxurious home in a more comfortable setting.
Awesome. Okay. So since we're talking about solar, I'm going
Yep.
to keep going there. With solar, I've had, some of my clients who get the reverse mortgage, they've
Hmm.
got the solar, they got the lease, the pictures, I've got to deal with all the different stuff with title. And it takes a while to have the solar installed.
Hmm.
And you got to get permissions from the HOAs, I believe, all this stuff. I don't know because I've never got solar myself. But how is the installation different for this compared to solar?
Great question. It's simple.
Okay.
Within 48 hours, you make a positive decision to choose luxury and savings. Within 48 hours, you're in contact with one of our concierges.
Okay.
They schedule a time in the next week to 2 weeks to come out and install it. And there's no permits, no qualification, no energy studies, nothing of that nature. It goes on your house, usually in less than an hour.
Okay.
And then you're saving the next day on your utility bill.
Wow. So it's not like we have to check this out and a week later and 2 months later or 6 months later, you're going to be seeing savings on your bill.
Correct.
It's right away.
It's right away, instantaneous.
Okay. Okay. Great, great, great. Well, while we're still on solar,
Certainly.
um, I guess something's going on with the big beautiful bill as well. What can you speak to on that?
So it was decided that the energy tax credit of 30% rebates for at least solar companies was taken away at the end of this year. And that's driven a lot of solar companies that were standing up because of that government subsidy out of business.
Okay.
And that's certainly something that has attracted people to us that are very high in politics and the government that said, we understand that your business doesn't require any tax rebates to be sustainable. We're like, no, it doesn't. And so with that, we're coming in to fill that gap where people desire to have energy efficiency. They desire to save money. They desire to hedge against inflation. We give them all that components with a much simpler technology, to get the savings that we can create. A solar system sometimes is 4 to 5 times that. Now, some of them are adding batteries into it to store that energy. Whereas we come in and say, let's make your house more efficient. And then if you decide to look at solar, you need 1/2 the system, 1/3 the system. If you decide to look at a battery, you need 1/3, 1/2 the battery. If those make sense and they pencil out, then you can do that. But start with the biggest bang for the buck. $8 to $10, usually on every dollar spent, is what you get as a return on making your house more energy
And that's where you
efficient.
get that 30, 40, up to 60% savings.
Exactly. I don't have solar in my house. I put this on my house. I want to make
Okay.
sure that
Yeah.
I
What's your
understood.
story?
So I'm like, let's make sure that I really understand what this is like. So I
Yeah.
put it on my house, and my bill in July last year was $707.
Okay.
And this year it was coming in at $375. I had 2 days to go, and then the pool guy came in and
Oh, no.
used the demand period because he came back from vacation late, but it ended up at $400. So
Nice.
$774, $400.
Yeah.
I thought, wow. And I get to live at 72 degrees now year round.
Awesome.
And like the 78 that I was living
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Your wife's probably wearing a sweater around the house, right?
Yeah, well, 72 with the doors open.
Right. Right. Okay. 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 So, well, these are incredible numbers for sure, but does this work in the real world? So, I guess with your example you just gave us. Now, I did hear about a neighbor that had one of these. Tell us that story.
Well, there's a couple stories that I've had that has just been, this is just in the last few weeks. Is one is a gentleman that, um, well, one that we know really closely. I've been working with Dr. Thomas. He went from $1,159 bill last year to $566 this year.
Nice.
So,
He's happy.
well, $600 in his pocket in 1 month. Then I'll never forget the gentleman. This is just 2 weeks ago. One of our representatives had a booth at the Maricopa Home Show,
Okay.
and a gentleman came up running up in the booth and says, "I just want to say thank you." She said, "For what?" I said, "I put this device on my home 32 years ago, and my utility bill stayed consistently right at, I think he said $235 a month with the level load billing." And
Wow.
he says, "I've been able to enjoy it. It's the best investment I've ever
So
made in my
he's
home."
had it for 32 years.
32
So he was
years.
one of the original purchasers.
Hmm. Well,
Okay.
the technology's been around since 1978.
Okay.
And when I said that we were looking for a product that had been underserved in the market, this is it. There's 35,000 units installed in people's homes. And it's
Okay.
basically done by two people, a couple here in Arizona and a father-son team in the East Coast.
Awesome.
And so we saw an opportunity that we can help and absolutely empower more homeowners to get that savings, live in luxury
Yeah.
as a result of that. But the story that you're talking about,
Yeah. Let's hear that story.
so it's funny that one of our representatives was out and they were at a homeowners party, and a lady, they were talking about their utility bills going over $500-$600, and this lady said, "What are you talking about? My utility bills never really went over $250 a month." And they're like, "What?" This is a production home community, so all the homes are pretty much the same cookie cutter. And they went over to the house and they started inspecting it, and there was a demand automation computer that was installed in the house by the previous owner. This lady didn't know she had it on the house, but her
Wow.
utility bill was half of what her neighbors were.
So that being said,
Hmm.
when you move, you can take it with you.
Absolutely.
So that's the exciting thing. So you when you have solar panels, you can't get up there and take those down. But this, you just take it off and take it with you. So basically, that was a gift from the previous
It
homeowner, and
was.
she didn't even know she had it.
And that is an amazing story, because you think about, if it's a few $1,000s a month that you're saving, I mean, what does that do to the home value if you decide to leave it and say, this is truly an energy efficient home where your utility bill is going to be expected to be 40-50% cheaper than your neighbors?
Well, so hopefully somebody went back to talk to all those neighbors to help them get this
Well,
product. I'm sure
why
they
wouldn't
did.
we?
Yes, of course. I'm just double checking, but I'm sure. Okay, so let me talk about this.
Mhm.
What about the grid? Like the electric, I don't even know. Is it called the grid?
The grid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's being overloaded and all that. So is this helping APS and SRP and all that?
That's exactly the reason that the utility companies love us,
Okay.
because we help offset that use during the peak times where the grid is most stressed. They hate firing up a coal plant that costs them millions and millions of dollars. They'd rather have people level load their energy use and be able to take themselves into a better use of time on their utilities. So if I can make sure that I level the load on the grid, the utility companies reward us by 1/3
Oh,
pricing on
nice.
demand. So not to get into too much details, but for those analyticals out there, that the demand use on a home, such as the one we're in with two air conditioners, very similar to mine, is it from 0 to 3 kW, which is the amount of power you're using.
Okay.
There's $5 charge.
Okay.
From 3 to 10 is $10 ish. From 10 over, which is where I was playing, is 20. So they're actually 4 times charging you when you go over a limit.
Wow.
And so if we can keep you around the $4 or 4.55 kW, you're in heaven. That's
You're
where my
golden.
bill went from $707 to $400,
Wow.
just by being more efficient, putting less stress on the grid. And now the data centers are moving into Arizona like mad, and they're going to require about 50% of what we currently have capacity for.
Okay. So are you saying residential right now and then you're working into commercial? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, our focus primarily is residential. We have this on several Arby's restaurants. We have it on churches, some of those use processes, but those require us to come out, really inspect what the load of the property is. But we want to specifically help homeowners out of the gate. This first to 2026, that's our primary focus, is helping residential homeowners.
And to qualify a home,
Hmm.
you I believe I was told that you put some you have you, it's really simple. I mean, it's just a computer input. Somebody just has to get their APS bill out and you can figure it out if it would work for them. Is that how that works or
Absolutely.
how does that work?
So this isn't for everybody. This is for people that have a certain number of electronic devices, like those people with 2 air conditioners and above. If you have electric hot water heat, electric dry combined with that dryer, EV pool, you start adding those up and they start stacking. And the ability for us just to say if you qualify is
Okay.
go on to our website, which you're going to give some information to contact to be able
Okay.
to get a complimentary, no obligation energy analysis
Okay.
to see if this is applicable and they qualify. And that is simply running through a calculator, knowing what your average utility use is. Like mine's 3,200 kilowatt hours per month. We put that in, your
Okay.
current utility bill, and then it runs out, says this will provide this much savings.
Wow. Awesome. I
Yep,
mean, that's pretty simple. I
it
love it.
is. We
Love it.
keep it
Love it.
simple.
Yeah. So incredible offers. What is incredible offers?
So right now, as we are fanatically active in the marketplace, there are those people that qualify that can take advantage and see if they could take advantage of some offers, such as the ability to get a complimentary install. So as we're moving into multiple neighborhoods to be able to do these, we'll have install crews there, so we can give people the incentive if they want to take advantage of them
Mm.
now that we can
So
waive.
they might have a few of these on the trucks.
Yes,
Okay.
so we can waive that install fee. Another key
Okay.
advantage is it to incentivize a lot of these people that were in new neighborhoods. We can give them a lifetime parts and labor warranty complimentary for
Okay.
certain situations. If they choose to be one of the first in their neighborhood to adopt this technology, we want to incentivize them with a little bit extra
Of
to be able to do
course. No,
that.
I love it. That's
Yeah,
great. So being in the mortgage industry, this is a way that someone who has equity in their home, they could do a reverse mortgage, access the equity in their home, and pay for this system would be one way that they could do that. I know you have other ways that they could pay, but
absolutely.
I just want our listeners to know that reverse mortgage can help you get this because our seniors are on a fixed budget.
Yeah.
And that's why my mom's like, "Okay, I gotta keep my bill at $101 a month." You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
so, and she doesn't realize, I believe, like, there's certain times of the year, like we were talking about, that
Hmm.
they look at those numbers.
Hmm.
But, so if somebody has access, money in their home, we can purchase the system, put it on there for them, and this is how we can help our seniors keep nice and comfortable in this Arizona heat and not, have a lower bill, which it's all win, 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 win.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you put it on your home if it's covered in your mortgage and your result is that you lessen your utility bill?
And you don't have to make a payment on your mortgage, and so that pays for it, right?
It's free,
Right? Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, your house, the appreciation in your house could actually pay for this.
You're talking about the equity in your house going to work for you to be able to reduce your utility bill. I mean, how could it be
Mhm.
better than that?
Yeah,
In a
exactly.
reverse mortgage situation, absolutely.
Yep, but you have other ways they could pay cash, credit card,
Hmm.
ACH, all the things. Okay,
Absolutely.
different
And if people,
financing.
that was one of the other special offers for right now. What we're doing is we're able to people that want to put on their house, not worry about financing, just say, hey, I want to pay cash. We are giving a reduction on that for certain people for a limited
Okay,
period of time. Again, reach out to you and your phone
okay,
number and your
yeah,
email to do that. But the end of the day is this is something that keeps on giving. And it goes with you the rest of your life. It goes to your heirs, so the warranty stays with the house. That if it's in your name or it goes to your heirs, so
okay,
100, 200, $300,000 of savings later. Is it
yeah.
worth the initial cost?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So some houses just have one unit, but how many units can you go up to with the house? Some of these houses have 2, 3, and 4 units. I don't
Yep.
know. What's the most you've seen in houses and units
So
up in Desert Mountain?
right, we got houses with six air conditioners, and this one unit will take care of up to 8 loads. So we can put
Wow.
6 air conditioners, an electric hot water heater, electric dryer on this, and all do it in one box.
Amazing.
Hmm.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. What am I missing here? Well, is there anything that I've missed that you want to add?
Well, I would encourage anybody listening that truly wants to live a more luxurious lifestyle with comfort and savings to get in touch with you.
So, if you're interested in learning more about this or just getting an analysis,
Yep.
to schedule your free energy analysis, you can call us at 623-323-3455. So that's 623-323-3455 or amazingpowersaver@gmail.com. Now that's going to be in the show notes, so you can find it there. But this has been great information, and I'm so excited that you came to educate us all on this. And we've reconnected, and maybe there'll be some travel in the future here too. You never know, because we've traveled the world together. It's been
Absolutely.
fun. So thanks for joining us today. I'm Cheryl Scheidell. This is Ross Denny, and I'm with Barrett Financial, and this is Reverse Mortgage and Beyond. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is Cheryl Scheidell, NMLS number 886425 with Barrett Financial, an equal housing lender. Please remember that loan programs, rates, and eligibility guidelines are subject to change and may vary based on individual circumstances. Nothing discussed in this episode constitute a loan offer or credit decision. Any examples or scenarios shared are strictly for illustrative purposes. All loans are subject to credit approval and underwriting conditions. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Cheryl Scheidell. I'm with Barrett Financial, and you have stopped in with Reverse Mortgage and Beyond. And today's episode is going to be sponsored by Miss Marlena Kruger from Body Beautiful Spa. I've known Marlena for the last 15 years, and I've been going to her spa religiously. And I just thought, I'm going to have her come in and share with us about her spa here in the Arizona Valley area. So.
Yes, I love it. So all these years, and I opened about 18 years ago down in the Biltmore. We're a boutique style spa. It's Body Beautiful Day and Med Spa. So we do the day spa services, massage, facial, skincare, lasers, and we also do the medical side, which we do injectables, and we do B12 shots, glutathione shots. So we have your back if you're feeling a little stressed out, got a little tech neck going on. We can handle it.
You're the answer.
We're the answer, yeah. And adult acne is a real thing. Skincare, brown spots, age spots, we take care of that too. You want to take care of the wrinkles? We give you a little Botox. Well, we've got a solution for almost everything. So we have got nurses on staff and estheticians, massage therapists. We also do lash extensions if anyone's still interested in doing the lash extensions. We have a membership that's very affordable. $65 is our base membership, and you can choose from 5 different services, which are really well valued. And we're open 6 days a week, and love to see you down there. We've got the gift certificates for Christmas or all year round. Birthdays are wonderful. People don't want trinkets and things. They want an experience. They want to relax. They want to come in and have something done. Turn your phone off and enjoy. So
with that said, I've been very fortunate. I have been gifted several gift certificates by significant others, by my family members, and we've made it a girls' day. And we'll just go down there, we'll have lunch, and then we'll go into the spa, have a facial, have a massage, and it's a spa day. So it's been awesome. And I've been going there, I feel like almost 10 years.
Yeah.
We've known each other for over 15.
But coming in there,
Yeah,
right.
for at least
I
10
guess you
years.
trust
Yeah.
me now.
Of course.
So,
well, thank you again for hosting our podcast today.
okay,
We appreciate
great.
it.
Great.
And come on down. And what's the phone number?
602-522-9222. Real easy. It's bodybeautifulspa.net is our website. And we'd love to see you there anytime. And
they're in the Biltmore area in Arizona. Thank you.
Thank you.